chance. Kenyans have to change this country because we are...
Wajackoya the fifth, very nice.
Underestimating the power of the unknown. My God who works with me knows the answers, and I'm the next president of this country.
I've always done what I've promised. For the last 62 years I've lived in this world. Whenever I promise you something, I'll do.
Youth washaamua kuwa Wajackoya the fifth. Mimi nishaamua Wajackoya the fifth, okay? 2022, this feature will be Wajackoya.
For polling day on the 9th of August, and among the 4 presidential candidates cleared by the poll body IEBC is Professor George Lushiri Wajackoya of the Roots Party. He is seeking the mandate of the people of the Republic of Kenya, if accorded so on the 9th of August, to govern or rule over them until the 9th of August 2027. So let's take a look at the highlights of the manifesto that he launched on the 30th of June last month. And here it says that some of the highlights that the Roots Party presidential candidate said he will prioritize include 4-day working of a week, creating 8 states in the country, deporting all foreigners, move Kenya's capital city from Nairobi to Isiolo, and shutting down the standard gauge railway, SGR. Also in the 10-point manifesto of Professor George Wajackoya are, amongst the other issues, including some of the other economic issues that he will say will alleviate the country of the economic turbulent times, and these include the legalization of bang or marijuana, snake farming, exporting dog meat, hanging the corrupt, and suspending the constitution. We shall be expounding on some of these issues, and here's the profile of the guest tonight on Kura 2022. Professor George Lushiri Wajackoya is the Roots Party presidential candidate who is seeking the mandate of the people of the Republic of Kenya, and among the 4 presidential candidates cleared by the poll body IEBC, and that ahead of the elections on the 9th of August, when Kenyans will be heading to the ballot to accord the mandate to the next crop of leadership who will be governing over them until the 9th of August 2027. Evening, Prof. Thank you. Asante for making time. And many Kenyans are contemplating, why have you prioritized the legalization of marijuana in your manifesto? And it stands out as a very pertinent matter, significant for that matter, in your manifesto. Why?
First of all, thank you, Kenyans. I've just arrived from the US, where I went to inspect ganja corporate industries. And I've come back with good news after inspecting various factories and corporate entities, and also the ganja restaurants. And now I am ready with what I said. Now, when it comes to the question that you have asked, let me just bring it to you.
Okay.
I hope you're a Muslim, but if you're a Christian, you can go and read the Bible and read it thoroughly, because ganja is still legal in Israel, where God was created to create a human being.
Okay.
Ganja has been used by Moses when he was in the wilderness. Ganja has been accepted by Jesus Christ himself when he accepted a woman who had put oil in her hair, which was made out of opium, and Jesus was rebuked on that, and he even said, "Leave thy not, because this is me, and she has come to me." The rest you can read. That is, ganja is even used. Okay. The ganja byproducts are even used in the Vatican. There are nuns growing ganja for purposes of medicinal and food. But when it comes here, we think of the other way around. If you look at ganja economics, that is what has moved the world from where it is today to 22nd economic industry. I'm not talking of the smoking. Okay. Because in the US, even if it's smoked for detoxification. You smoke it to detox yourself. You have a name for that. But when it comes to the commercial aspect of ganja, everything, including some of these materials you see on the film industry, on your film stuff here, is made out of marijuana. Okay. Drones are made out of marijuana. Canada has just made a plane, the first Boeing 747, from the fabric, which comes from hemp, which comes from marijuana. So it's not really bad news. And of course, I have a series of cases in court today and tomorrow for those who think that I'm going to indoctrinate young people. It's for commercial use, for us to pay our debt, and then pay off the Chinese and ask the Chinese to leave this country. Okay.
I'll come to the very specifics, because you have mentioned the United States of America and the 53 member states of the CND of the United Nations, Central Drug Policy Making Body, and in the US, which removed cannabis from Schedule 4 of the Single Convention while retaining them in Schedule 1, said, and this is the federal government in the United States of America, that consistent with science demonstrating that while a safe and effective cannabis-derived therapeutic has been developed, cannabis itself continues to pose significant risks to public health in the United States of America and should continue be controlled under the International Drug Control Conventions. What framework would you use to regulate that?
That whiskey which is manufactured in Tennessee also causes a very serious effect when it's taken.
Okay.
So anything, I'm answering.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
So anything that you do in excess, even sex, even water, it will damage you. So this nonsense of them saying that it is that, yes, they have said it's scientific, but you don't forget to say that 2 weeks ago, the federal government decriminalized ganja, which is grown in 23 states for purposes of export. Now it's no longer a federal offense. So wherever you are reading, find out when it was published.
But this is the UN report, and the United Nations also in that report in December 2020, that's less than 2 years ago, reclassified cannabis, yet still considers it harmful.
Anything is harmful. Even kissing a woman or kissing a man whose teeth are rotten, to that level, you get a bacteria.
Okay.
I'm talking of 2 weeks ago, when the United States government, and I'm a lawyer there too, as I am in UK, as I am here too, they decriminalized ganja from the list of federal drugs into a state drug, which means that now you can move from one state that has legalized ganja to a state that has legalized ganja through instrumentalities of commerce.
Okay. When you mention that, then here is also another report by NACADA, and this is under the Campaign Against Alcohol, Drug Abuse, NACADA in the country, under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Control Act of the Drug Agency in the country. It also noted that a survey conducted in 2019 to assess emerging trends showed overwhelming evidence of abuse of cannabis in form of cookies, candies, and other forms of confectionaries. This among the young people in the country.
That was done by Parliament here. No, I'll come to you. I know where you're coming from. That act is done in Kenyan Parliament. After MPs or the government has gone to negotiate outside to get some aid, and they are told, no, you have to do this. Let them go to Holland. They could have done a benchmarking visit to Holland to find out why it's taken in Holland. They should have gone to countries like Canada. This nonsense of Kenyan MPs coming up to do that for them to get aid in the country is nonsensical. And I'll dismiss it that way.
So you're saying this was conditional
before
you were granted aid?
Well, it was, what good goes through Kenyan Parliament anyway? They make more laws than anything else. You find out why ganja was, where NACADA came into effect. What kind of scientific evidence was that? Who did that? Who did that? Was it, let me say it this way. What methodology was used? Was it quantitative, qualitative, or mixed method? And who did it? And for what purpose? And for how long?
And this is the entity that did it, because you're calling for clarity on who did it. The World Health Organization last year presented 9 recommendations on the use of cannabis in recognition of its abuse and potential health risks. And it noted that some of the statements made in favor of the legalization of marijuana are misleading, as they are intended to elicit excitement among the people, especially the young people. And let it be known, it said, that the law is still enforced, that anyone contravening this law will be apprehended.
Yes, we have not contravened it. And that's why stupidity comes with the ignorance of those who do not understand the law. All I'm saying is we are going to ask Kenyans to legalize. That's why I'm running my campaign on that. I'm not saying that they should break the law. Even recently, there's somebody who was smoking in front of me during my campaigns in Meru, and I rebuked that person. Until we make it into law, it's fine. But this issue of and you know, Kenyans are full of themselves. When it comes to laws, they make more laws than even the Constitution, than even any other law in the country. Nicotine, where does it come from? Why has Philip Morris been taken to court and fined almost $1 billion in the US 4 years ago? Why can't we be talking of cigarettes that you can get in the shop, smoke, and then die with inscriptions of the lungs of the people? Let's move away from ignorance and stupidity. Let's move at what's making the world to move. It is commerce. I'm not even talking of smoking. I am talking of commercial and medicinal. The two words, commercial and medicinal. I'm not talking of smoking. You are talking of smoking. Leave me out of that conversation.
Calling it the Wajackoya effect.
Kidogo nasikia 1 million. Wajackoya 2 million.
Hey, he must be the most genius I've ever seen in my life.
Kwenye comment hapo na nataka comment Wajackoya the 5th. Kwenye comment section, just give me Wajackoya the